You're watching ABC4 News, celebrating 75 years.
Welcome back. The state of Florida is sparking controversy tonight by rejecting a nationally recognized African-American AP history course. The administration of Governor Ron DeSantis says the advanced placement class is full of critical race theory and that it doesn't tell both sides of the story. Tonight, parents and the co-author of the course are reacting.
It's been sanitized and in many ways erased. So, trying to make sure that people understand not just the contributions that African Americans have made, but the fact that our history did not begin with enslavement.
We're trying to all love each other equally. And now in this class, they're telling you that colorblind is a horrible thing. It's a bad thing. You need to see the color. You need to separate people out. And, we reject that.
The course is currently being piloted in a small number of schools before it will be rolled out nationwide to any school that wants to add it as an elective course. While Florida does have a mandate to teach African American history, that particular course will remain rejected unless the College Board decides to change the curriculum to fit the standards set by Governor DeSantis. Turning now to Memphis, where 5 police officers have been fired after the death of a 29-year-old man they confronted after a traffic stop. Now, there is body camera video of the incident, and the Department of Justice is now investigating. Here's ABC's Elwin Lopez.
Tonight, 5 officers fired after a deadly traffic stop in Memphis. 29-year-old Tyree Nichols dying 3 days after a confrontation with police. It started around 8:30 p.m. January 7th. Police say Nichols was pulled over for reckless driving but fled. Then they say there was a second confrontation. According to Memphis police, Nichols complained of having a shortness of breath, at which time an ambulance was called to the scene. Nichols was critically injured, but authorities not detailing what occurred. His family says he was beaten so badly they couldn't recognize him.
They took photographs of him in the hospital that showed him with huge contusions and abrasions on his face and head that they believe was part of the reason why Tyree is dead today.
The Memphis Police Department's investigation concluded the officers involved violated multiple department policies, including excessive use of force, duty to intervene, and duty to render aid.
Them being fired means that they did something horribly wrong on that video. His friends and family say Tyree weighed less than 150 pounds. And so why would 5 officers have to engage in excessive force against him? They cannot understand.
His family heartbroken.
No one should die from a traffic stop. To make him out to be anything other than a law-abiding citizen, a respectful young kid who's never been in trouble, would be a lie.
The department stating it's, quote, committed to protecting and defending the rights of every citizen in our city. The egregious nature of this incident is not a reflection of the good work that our officers perform with integrity every day.
Officials said they would release those videos to the public after the family takes a look at them next week. The FBI and the Justice Department have opened a civil rights investigation. Elwin Lopez, ABC News, Atlanta.
Time now for Utah's most accurate forecast. Weather Rate certified 11 years in a row.
A chilly night out there. The temperatures are falling, and Nate, you say some snowflakes may soon be joining them.
Yeah, not too far out. Just as you wake up tomorrow morning, we'll start to see a little bit of light snow shower out there, Rick. So, hey, a beautiful end of the day. We had lots of blue sky across much of the state after some stratus clouds were kind of hanging on across some of the Northern Valley locations. Beautiful, though. This is Chris Williams out in Lone Rock, near Lone Rock, capturing the sun going down. Sun set was at 5:31 today, so we are still slowly adding about a minute and a half of daylight each day. We'll continue to add day, the amount of daylight each day as we get closer to solstice, or excuse me, equinox, and eventually summer solstice in June. Temperatures right now, boy, it is cold. 4 degrees in Logan. Good evening. -6 in Vernal, 5 in Evanston, 12 Rock Springs, 11 in Price. We're in the 20s across the Wasatch Front, just 5 in Milford. St. George, just a degree above freezing, 33. Tomorrow, this is our high temperature forecast for tomorrow, for Sunday, 16 in Vernal. We're going to stay in the 20s, so we're not going to rise much, especially as the storm system's moving in and pulling down even colder Arctic air with it. So frigid temperatures are here to stay. Light snow showers in store for tomorrow. Strong winds as well, particularly over the southwest corner of the state. The lower Washington County area should see some strong gap winds, and we'll see some strong canyon winds here across the Wasatch Front as we're getting an area of low pressure that's going to rotate through the state counterclockwise, thus bringing some strong easterly winds across the higher ridges and through the canyons. Snow showers, this is 5 o'clock tomorrow morning, will start to increase, as I mentioned, as you get out of bed, head out the door maybe tomorrow. 8 o'clock, expecting fairly widespread snow across the Wasatch Front. Showers spread into the central part of the state throughout the day, into the afternoon and evening. And with the core of the storm system moving through the Beehive State as well, we'll see a little bit of wraparound moisture. Might see some slightly higher totals across some of the southern mountain ranges as that moisture lingers into Monday morning. Strong winds, though, will be with this storm system as it does push through across the western side of the state. Haven't had any wind advisories or warnings, or high wind warnings issued just yet, though. We'll be watching that into Sunday. Snowfall, maybe an inch up to 2 inches in some areas. Not a big storm system by any means. Could produce a little bit of fresh snow in some of the mountain areas. Again, it's really the winds that we're going to be watching across the western part of the state. Of course, in southern Nevada, expecting very strong winds. This is 8 o'clock Sunday evening. Again, strongest winds mainly in Washington County, and those gap winds are going to be quite strong as well. St. George, slight chance of moisture tomorrow. Not a big threat of precipitation, but breezy to very windy conditions into Monday. 40s for highs. Should be about 49 on Wednesday. Lots of sunshine this week. Should be pretty gorgeous down in St. George into the weekend. No real threat of moisture, at least for the St. George area. Cedar City, we'll see a little bit of light snow shower activity on Sunday. For the Wasatch Front, light snow showers, breezy winds, just 28 tomorrow, 30 on Monday, teens for overnight lows. Another slight chance of showers on Wednesday. It'll be snow with temperatures staying cold, and then we should warm up a touch. We're still colder than normal Friday, Saturday. Looks like we'll see more active conditions into this next weekend with more storms lining up for next week. Rick?
All right, thank you very much, Nate. A proposed bill in the Utah legislature would count the unborn as passengers for purposes of high occupancy vehicle lanes on our freeways. ABC4's Annika Johns joins us live from the state capitol. So, Annika, is the bill's sponsor expecting this to pass?
Yes, she is. So after speaking to House Representative Stephanie Grisha, she told me that this bill is in line with Utah's current belief that an unborn child is a person. This bill would also allow someone pregnant at the time of an HOV citation to provide medical documents signed by their physician to establish a defense, saying that the individual was pregnant on the day of their citation. The bill also states that when a pregnant individual is driving with no other vehicles in the vehicle is considered to have at least 2 occupants. For this bill's sponsor, the creation of this bill stems from her own personal experience of being a mother.
Pregnancy for me was very, very difficult. And there were multiple times that I would have to pull the car over so that I can lose my dinner on the side of the road. And so even from a pro-woman perspective, just giving them that extra 5 minutes maybe to get somewhere is really helpful. If you gotta go, you gotta go. And when you're pregnant, it's exaggerated.
Utah isn't the first state to propose this change. Both Texas and Virginia are considering similar bills. Reporting live from the state capitol, Annika Johns, ABC4 News.